Buddy, happy Friday, and thanks for taking the time to join us today. We always appreciate our partners getting in here for the latest and greatest with Breeze. So to follow up on Doug's main message, we are working to simplify our offerings and make it easier for our channel partners, our agents and our electricians to speak about the product, to order it, and to get it installed, right? So the whole theme here is we can simplify, make things easier, make it better. And by better, I mean goes up quicker, comes out of the box. So today we're going to talk about this baby. It is our retail focused home charger, residential charger, light fleet. That's why we call it the simple charger, not to pigeonhole it, but it's going to wind up in a lot of homes and residences, that's for sure. So this is in stores. We're having a great demand up front. We've already had some of these out there in the wild, installed through retail sales, and the box is a handsome box, looks great on a counter or somewhere where it can be visualized, right in a retail location. Unlike the video on the unboxing on YouTube, we're going to physically unbox it from here, take out the parts as they will come out in real life. Just to point out a few features here, the box cleanly and clearly represents, it is great for home. It talks about the amperage right here, and on the back of it goes into all the little details. So there's nothing missing from the box. It's here on one of the sides. You're going to get everything, but here's the messaging: simple, clean. And now I'll show you what comes in that box. It is a great price point. It's priced below wall box. It's priced below the charge point, and it's competitive, very price competitive. So we're going to go get right into the boxing here. This is where it gets a little beefy because it comes all wired together. So first of all, here's some nice instructions here. And this baby, it's not any lighter than our regular charger. It's just as beefy. What's nice about it is it comes out all pre-wired. So the NEMA 1450 plug is already wired. The charging cable is already all set. So this is already done. Electricians are going to install this, but it's a quick install for them. What it looks like on the wall is right here. So what's the difference between this and this? How do we get this up here? The bracket is already on the back. So there's a bracket on the back of this. I'm going to have to clip this open for us here now. We thought about doing this in advance, but then Dan thought we might be better off showing you guys exactly what it takes to get this open. So you better have some clippers here. What's that? Plates on the back. There are 2 screws that come off and let this plate come free. 4 toggle bolts will go into a drywall, or if you can find the 2x4, you can anchor 2 of them in a 2x4 and toggle the other 2. There's never really any pull on the unit in and of itself. Even in the garage, you can have 18 feet of cable, so there shouldn't be a lot of pull, but it is solid. It's on the wall, and if they can get a retractor here, there'll never be any tug or pull on this unit. But that is it for the install. 4 toggle bolts in the wall, and you're going to come over here and bring a 240 or 208, usually 240 for residential outlet there. This 12-inch NEMA 1415 cable will do it, and that's it. Once this is on the wall, the back bracket, this goes on top of it. 2 screws go in the bottom. You plug it in, and if you're not using the retractor here, this garden hose with the cable holster comes with it. So this will come right here. It does attach to the bottom of the bracket. This goes right on the bottom of the bracket and comes out easily. So there's really nothing to go wrong with the install in terms of wondering what goes where. Pretty simple. Dan put this up in a matter of minutes the other day. And again, if we can get a retractor with this, we think this is a great solution. This still comes in well under $1,000 for all that on a retail level. So, price competitive with charge point, price competitive with wall box. And this here, I think it retails somewhere around $300, is well worth it if they have the space in their garage. So this is what we're really proud of, is how clean it is, how easy it goes up. So the features are the same. We talked about the features before. Adjustable on the back here. So you can adjust it from 48 down to 24, right? So 24, 30, 32, 40, and 48. depending on what capacity you have in your home. So it's still future-proof. If they ever have to set it at a lower amperage for now, if they upgrade their panel down the road, the cable and everything is still set for 48 amps. So they'll be all set on that. Well, we've gotten back from feedback, clean design. It feels solid. It has good weight to it. It's well built. This should last for 10 years. And again, if you can combine it with this retractor, you really have a great solution, an affordable solution. And if you look around at any other garage installs, you're not going to see a lot of cable retractors included in that. You see everyone wrapping on the garden hose, which is fine, but this is really the way to go if you can. That's as simple as it is, and that's how easy it is to get up on the wall. We're going to have Dan come over to talk about the next most important thing is how do you test a charger? So whether it's a residential or someone in the field, one of the biggest challenges we've seen coming from the field is how do we know that we got the charger in right, and how do we know that it's wired correctly, not just turning on, because the charger has to do more than just light up. So we're very proud of this new charging tester, and we'll let Dan take it from there.
Excellent. Nice to meet everyone this morning. So yes, we've come up with a really nice J1772 EV charger tester. It comes in this nice box here. Hey guys. So it comes in the nice box here. You can turn it on, and it has a nice screen. Now, most of these testers don't have a screen. They just do simple indication lights. So on the screen, you'll see if the power is on. You'll see what the charger is set to. You can also run the charger through several sequences, such as getting the charger to go into a charging sequence, turn the relays on. So we can demonstrate that now. So we plug the charger into the charger tester. So now the charge has not been requested. So this would be the same as the car in preparing state. So we can have the tester go into charging state by hitting the request charge button. And so now you can see the charger has turned the relay on. You'd be able to plug into these multimeter ports to hook into a standard voltmeter to check your supply voltage, and ground and scope and pilot. So those are the communication lines. On the screen, you'll get the what the communication line is setting the charge rate at, as well as some characteristics of the communication line for in-depth troubleshooting. We can now stop the charge sequence. And so this would be the car telling the charger that it's done charging. And you can see that the charger is now indicating green, showing that the car is done charging. So when we unplug from the charger, that's completely disconnecting, and the unit will reset to blue. So that's both the function of the S48 and how you can test it with our EV tester. Okay.
Well, we'd also like to get back in here.
Hey Dan, can you just go through? So I know we just saw the those different colors, but can you, I guess, signify what the on the S48 charger, what the different colors signify? So I see like the Breeze is lit up right now.
Yep. So in standby mode, you'll see a light blue Breeze logo glowing. So, you know, shows that the charger is powered on and ready to charge. So I'll run you through the sequence again. So this would be the car plugging in, preparing. So the car has not requested a charge yet, so it's still blue. We can now request that charge with the tester. And now this is very bright blue. I think the the camera does a pretty good job seeing that. And then this would be the car completing a charge. We'll turn that off. And now the EV charger is glowing green to signify the car is done charging.
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing that. And Mike, I'm going to pull up the spec sheet just to cover a couple other technical details. So I'm going to share my screen and let me know if you can see it on the...
I'd like to add too, in terms of where this falls in the marketplace. So Clipper Creek has, just real quickly, Clipper Creek has a tester out there it's been out for quite a while without a screen. And that I've seen anywhere for the same price ours is going to retail at, or even a few dollars more. Again, without the extra features, without the oscilloscope ability, and certainly just the simple reading of it here. So we're more features, better price than the entry-level unit. And then there's Fluke, which is like 3 times that to get a screen on it, up towards $1,000. So it's a huge jump to the next, producer of this equipment on the market. I was excited to have this come out. We did a great job on it, but I was surprised at how little competition was out there for this right now. And electricians love this. It makes sure that they can, again, get off the job site, confirm that they did everything they're supposed to do, and not have to come back on the job. So it's worth it just to buy one for their first install, for sure.
All right, no, those are great points. Thanks for hitting those. But yeah, let me, Mike, I'm going to pop up the S48 spec sheet. Let me know when you can see it on your side.
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, just if you want to hit the bullet points, I know you covered some of these already, but just sure. Maybe a quick run through.
Yeah. So again, the whole idea with all of our chargers is the versatility, right? So future-proofing them. We talk about that. It's not just the ability to change out stuff in the field, which is a big part of it, especially charging cables. We're the only manufacturers that allows charging cables and accommodates that out in the field. ChargePoint doesn't, Wallbox doesn't, SEMA Connect doesn't. A lot of them don't, but we do. So the other part of that future-proofing is having the ability to have any of our chargers go in at a lower amperage. And here we can toggle that down to 24 amps in case they have a 30 amp limit. Some houses are very challenged on what they have for open capacity. We're trying to make sure that we let the market get in as easy as they can on their power availability. So that, again, 20, 24, 32, 40, and 48, right? Nice, simple design. We think it's a handsome piece to have up on the wall there. The lighting's really nice in a garage, and we've had some great reviews from some of our early customers who have installed it and are really happy they did. This can also mount to a pedestal. So that's why we didn't show it here, but we are having some of our partners and electricians go with this where there's not an issue for access control. So in a situation where they're not worried about who's going to show up and charge on the charger, and they don't need software to make access control and user groups, and they're not charging for power, this is a great box to affordably put on our pedestal and have 2 charging units out there. So it will go on our current pedestal. There is a pedestal kit that needs to be ordered with this. And the reason is that this is a slightly smaller footprint, and we need a little bit longer liquid tight in some of our wires to come in our hardware kit, right? So since that's not part of what this is meant for as a pedestal install, we have a separate hardware kit for that. If you go to our network charger, the P48, that does come with its own hardware kit. So I want to make sure there's no confusion on that. But for this one, the pedestal is not the most common install, and yet we've had 6 pedestal installs with 2 of these on the pedestal, and they're really happy about it. So, again, we were surprised at the market, not just demand, but the acceptance and where they're thinking of using it. So we're excited for that. So just remember, if you're going to order these for a pedestal, there is a hardware kit to add on to those. The connector again, so if everyone, just to remind you, this connector is universal for all electric vehicles, hybrid vehicles in the United States or Canada. It's going to be the J1772. That has not changed. That will not change. A Tesla comes with an adapter, just as a reminder. All right, so all Tesla drivers will get an adapter for the plug. So when they go to a non-Tesla charger, that's how they can use that and access it. Chargers using NEMA plug. Yeah, so the NEMA plug here, ready to go. Again, all set and done. Great for a garage install. If you want to hardwire it, some people like to hardwire when they get up to 48 amps using a 60 amp breaker. So that's certainly the electrician will know best on what they want to do there. But if you just want to do a quick and dirty and get that in on a plug, easy to do. And again, the ground fault GFI, this comes with a built-in GFI. A lot of people like to put GFIs in garages. GFIs are required within 6 feet of sinks and other stuff, not to get into code. But the point is, just be aware, and the electrician will be aware, they don't need to put a GFI outlet in the garage to have this plug in. Most chargers come with their own GFI overcharge and undercharge safety defaults. And I think that's really it going down.
I think that's good. The other thing that I think about too is, I know there's some other products out there, such as a wall box that has some more features to it. But when we were, getting feedback from our customer base and contractors, a lot of it was, hey, people just want to be able to charge their car at home faster. They already have an app on their phone for their smart car or their EV. They don't want or need another app. So if you guys have a level 2 charger that would look nice in their garage and at a good price point. So that's kind of what this was designed around. Down the road, and really not that far down the road, but later this summer, we'll have a connected unit And then one question that we've been getting a decent amount of lately, probably because of the availability of the Ford Lightning, but we will have the 80 amp charger. It'll be the P80 charger. Look, basically the same design as the P48, but 80 amps, and that'll be available later this summer as well, and should actually have a spec sheet on that available by the end of the month.